Book of 2 Baruch. Chapter 51. And it shall come to pass, when that appointed day has gone by, that both the appearance of those who are found to be guilty, as well as the splendor of those who have proven to be righteous, will be changed. For the aspect of those who now act wickedly shall become worse than it is, as they shall suffer torment. Also as for the splendor of those who proved to be righteous on account of my law, those who possessed understanding in their life, and those who have planted in their heart the root of wisdom, then their splendor shall be magnified in changes, and the form of their face shall be turned into the light of their beauty, that they may be able to acquire and receive the world which does not die, which is then promised to them. Therefore above all these things those who come will lament at that time, because they rejected my law, and stopped their ears that they might not hear wisdom or receive understanding. When therefore they see those over whom they are now exalted will at that time be exalted and magnified than themselves, then both these and those will be transformed, the latter into the splendor of Malachim, and the former shall yet more waste away in wonder at the visions, and in the beholding of the forms. For they shall first behold, and afterwards depart to be tormented. But those who have been saved by their works, and to whom the law has been now a hope, and understanding an expectation, and wisdom a trust, they will see wonders appear at their proper time. For they shall behold the world which is now invisible to them, and they shall behold the time which is now hidden from them. And time shall no longer age them. For in the heights of that world shall they dwell, and they shall be made like unto the Malachim, and be made equal to the stars. And they shall be changed into every form they desire, from beauty into loveliness, and from light into the splendor of honor. For there shall be spread before them the extents of paradise, and there shall be shown to them the beauty of the majesty of the living creatures which are beneath the throne, and all the armies of the Malachim. Those who are now held fast by my word, lest they show themselves, and who are restrained by my command, so that they may stand firm at their places until the time of their arrival has come. And then, the excellence of the righteous will surpass that of the Malachim. For the first shall receive the last, those whom they were expecting, and the last those of whom they used to hear that they had passed away. For they have been delivered from this world of tribulation, and laid down the burden of anguish. For what then have men lost their life? And for what have those who were on the earth exchanged their soul? For then they chose not for themselves this time which beyond the reach of anguish, which could not pass away, but they chose for themselves that time whose issues are full of lamentations and evils. And they denied the world which ages not those who come to it. And they rejected the time of splendor, so that they shall not come to the honor of which I told you before. Chapter 52. And I answered and said, how can we forget those for whom at that time woe is reserved? And why therefore do we again mourn for those who die? Or why do we weep for those who depart to Sheol? Let lamentations be reserved for the beginning of that coming torment, and let tears be laid up for the arrival of that future destruction. But even in the face of these things will I speak. And concerning the righteous, what will they do now? And Yahuwah answered and said to me, rejoice you in the suffering which you now suffer, for why do you look for the decline of your enemies? Make ready your soul for that which is reserved for you, and prepare your souls for the reward which is laid up for you. Chapter 53. And when I had said these things I fell asleep there, and I saw a vision. And behold, a cloud was ascending from the great sea. And I kept gazing upon it, and lo, it was full of waters white and black, and there were many colors in those selfsame waters. And as it were the likeness of great lightning was seen at its summit. And I saw the cloud passing swiftly in quick courses, and it covered all the earth. And it came to pass after these things that cloud began to pour upon the earth the waters that were in it. And I saw that there was not one, and the same likeness in the waters which descended from it. For in the first beginning they were black and many for a time, and afterwards I saw that the waters became bright. But they were not many, and after these things again I saw black waters. And after these things again bright, and again black, and again bright, how this was done 12 times. But the black were always more numerous than the bright. And it came to pass at the end of the cloud that behold, it rained black waters, and they were darker than had been all those waters that were before. And fire was mingled with them, and where those waters descended, they wrought devastation and destruction. And after these things I saw how that lightning which I had seen on the summit of the cloud seized it, and pressed it down to the earth. Now that lightning shone exceedingly so as to illuminate the whole earth, and it healed those regions where the last waters had descended and wrought devastation. And it took hold of the whole earth, and had dominion over it. And I saw after these things, and lo, 12 rivers were ascending from the sea, and they began to surround that lightning and to become subject to it. And by reason of my fear I awoke. Chapter 54. And I besought Yahuwah my Elohim and said, You alone, O Sovereign, know of aforetime the deep things of the world, and the things which befall in their times you bring about by your word. And against the works of the inhabitants of the earth, you hasten the beginnings of the times, and the end of the seasons you alone know. You are the one for whom nothing is too hard, but you are, however, the one who easily accomplishes everything by a single nod. You are the one to whom both the depths come as the heights come together, and whose word the beginnings of the ages serve. You who reveal to those who fear you what is prepared for them, so that from thenceforth they may be comforted by you. You show your mighty works to those who know not. You break up the enclosure of those who are ignorant, and light up what is dark and reveal what is hidden to the pure who in belief have submitted themselves to you and your law. You have shown to your servant this vision. Reveal to me also its interpretation. For I know that as regards those things wherein I besought you, I have received a response. And as regards what I besought, you did reveal to me with what voice I should praise you, and from what members I should cause praises and hallelujahs to ascend to you. For if my members were mouths, and the hairs of my head voices, even then, I would not be able to properly praises you, nor fittingly honor you, nor would I be able to recount your praise, nor to express the splendor of your beauty. For what am I amongst men, or what is my significance amongst those who are more excellent than I, that I have heard all these marvelous things from the Most High and numberless promises from Him who created me? Blessed be my mother among those that bear, and praised among women be she that bare me. For I will not be silent in praising Yahuwah my Elohim, but with the voice of reverence I will recount His marvelous deeds. For who is able to imitate your marvelous deeds, O Yahuwah, or who understands your deep thought of life? For with your counsel you do govern all the creatures, which your right hand has created. And you have established every fountain of light beside you, and you have prepared the treasures of wisdom beneath your throne. And justly do they perish who have not loved your law. And the torment of judgment shall await those who have not submitted themselves to your power. For though Adam first sinned and brought untimely death upon all men, yet of those who were born from him each one of them has prepared for his own soul torment to come. And again, each one of them has chosen for himself the coming splendor. For truly, he who believes will receive reward. But now, as for you, all you wicked who are now living, turn yourselves to destruction. Because you shall speedily be visited in that formerly you have rejected the understanding of the Most High. For His works have not taught you, nor has the skill of His creation which has always existed persuaded you. Adam is therefore not the cause, except only of his own soul, but each of us has been the Adam of his own soul. But explain to me, O Yahuwah, those things which you have revealed to me, and inform me regarding that which I besought you. For at the consummation of the world vengeance shall be taken upon those who have done wickedness according to their wickedness. And you will honor the faithful according to their faithfulness. For those who are amongst your own you rule, and those who sin, you blot out from amongst your own. Chapter 55. And it came to pass when I had finished speaking the words of this prayer, that I sat there under a tree that I might rest in the shade of the branches. And I wondered and was astonished and pondered in my thoughts regarding the multitude of goodness which sinners who are upon the earth have rejected from themselves, and regarding the great torment which they have despised, even though they knew that they should be tormented, because of the sin they had committed. And when I was pondering on these and similar things, behold, the Malach Ramel who presides over true visions was sent to me, and he said unto me, Why does your heart trouble you, Baruch, and why does your thought disturb you? For if you are already this disturbed, which you have only heard of judgment, what will happen when you shall see it with your eyes openly? And if with the expectation wherewith you do expect the day of Yahuwah of hosts you are so overcome, what will you be when you shall come to its advent? And, if at the word of the announcement of the torment of those who have done foolishly you are so wholly distraught, how much more when the event will reveal marvelous things? And if you have heard tidings of the good and evil things which are then coming and are grieved, what will you be when you shall behold what the Majesty will reveal, which shall convict these and cause those to rejoice? Chapter 56. Nevertheless, because you have besought the Most High to reveal to you the interpretation of the vision which you have seen, I have been sent to tell you. And Yahuwah has assuredly made known to you the methods of the times that have passed, and of those that are destined to pass in his world from the beginning of its creation even unto its consummation, of those things which are deceit, and of those which are in truth. For as you did see a great cloud which ascended from the sea, and went, and covered the earth. This is the duration of the world which Yahuwah created when he took counsel in order to create the world. And it came to pass when the word had gone forth from his presence, that the duration of the world had come into being in a small degree, and was established in accordance to the abundance of the intelligence of him who sent it forth. And as you did previously see on the summit of the cloud black waters which descended previously on the earth. This is the transgression wherewith Adam the first man committed. For when he transgressed, untimely death came into being. Grief was named, and anguish was prepared. And pain was created, and trouble consummated. And disease began to be established, and Sheol kept demanding that it should be renewed in blood. And the begetting of children was brought about, and the passion of parents produced. And the greatness of man was humiliated, and goodness vanished. What therefore can be blacker, or darker than these things? This is the beginning of the black waters, which you have seen. And from these black waters again were black derived, and the darkness of darkness was produced. For he became a danger to his own soul, even to the Malachim became he a danger. For moreover, at that time when he was created, they enjoyed liberty. And some of them descended, and mingled themselves with the women. And therefore those who did so were tormented in chains. But the rest of the multitude of the Malachim, of which there is no number, restrained themselves. And those who dwelt on the earth perished, together with them through the waters of the flood. These are the black first waters. Chapter 57. And after these waters you did see bright waters. This is the fount of Abraham. Also his generations and advent of his son and of his son's son, and of those who are like them. Because at that time the unwritten law was named amongst them. And the works of the commandments were then fulfilled. And belief in the coming judgment was then generated, and hope of the world that was to be renewed was then built up. And the promise of the life that should come hereafter was implanted. These are the bright waters which you have seen. Chapter 58. And the black third waters which you have seen, these are the mingling of all sins, which the nations afterwards wrought after the death of those righteous men. And the wickedness of the land of Egypt, wherein they did wickedly in the hard labor wherewith they forced their sons to labor. Nevertheless, these also perished at last. Chapter 59. And the bright fourth waters, which you have seen are the advent of Moses and Aaron and Miriam and Yahushua the son of Nun and Caleb and of all those like them. For at that time the lamp of the eternal law shone on all those who sat in darkness, which announced to them that believe the promise of their reward, and to them that deny, the torment of fire which is reserved for them. But also the heavens at that time were shaken from their place, and those who were under the throne of Yahuwah of hosts were perturbed when he was taking Moses unto himself. For he showed him many warnings together with the principles of the law and the consummation of the times, as he also showed to you. And likewise the pattern of Zion and its measurements, in the pattern of which the sanctuary of the present time was to be made. But then also he showed to him the measures of the fire, also the depths of the abyss, and the weight of the winds, and the number of the drops of rain. and the suppression of anger, and the multitude of long suffering, and the truth of judgment, and the root of wisdom, and the richness of understanding, and the fountain of knowledge, and the height of the air, and the greatness of the garden, and the consummation of the ages, and the beginning of the day of judgment, and the number of the offerings, and the earths which have not yet come, and the mouth of Sheol, and the station of vengeance, and the place of belief, and the region of hope, and the picture of the future torment, and the multitude of innumerable Malachim, and the flaming hosts, and the splendor of the lightning, and the voice of the thunders, and the orders of the chief Malachim, and the treasuries of light, and the changes of the times, and the investigations of the law. These are the bright fourth waters, which you have seen. Chapter 60. And the black fifth waters, which you have seen reigning, are the works which the Amorites have done, and the spells of their incantations which they wrought, and the wickedness of their mysteries, and the mingling of their pollution. But even Yashar'al was then polluted by sins in the days of the judges, although they saw many signs which were from him who created them.